this is Leslie. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am doing a layout for Thrifty Thursday. This is layout number 5, I think. And please go ahead and check out Becky's layout for today as well. Her layout's really cute, the way she did that. And today we are working with the suggestions of paint, twine, and stickers. So I try to make this work as cohesively as possible because I'm planning on scrapping my wedding album, and I needed the things to go together as much as possible. So I've got my green twine. I've got lots of other different twines, but green twine. The colors for my wedding were green and white and silver. So I'm going to be adding a lot of those colors, and this is a Kaiser Craft sticker sheet from the collection Provincial, and these are just some watercolors that I have. I didn't think I wanted to break out my acrylics, so I thought let's just stick to watercolors for now, and then obviously my green twine. I might bring in some yellow or some different colors as well in that. So I'm going to put you guys on fast forward and I'll talk you through my process. Okay, so straight off the bat, I couldn't find my gesso. I redid my craft room last week, and I couldn't find my gesso, and I don't know where my gesso is. So I will have to make do without gesso for today, and it works quite well actually. I didn't apply too much water to my page. However, it did warp a little bit, but it's not, I mean, it's really not anything to get upset about. So what you see me doing there is first adding my water to my page, and that's what you do with watercolors. You mix your paints and you add some water to the page, and then you add your color to the water, and then the color bleeds into the water. And you know, it's all very relative. Watercolors, you do what feels right, and you do what feels right in the moment, and that's basically what I do there. You've got to move very fast when you do paint with watercolors, because it dries really quickly, and because I didn't use any gesso on this page, the water just seeped into this page. The page is obviously very dry, so the water just sloops into it. And if I did use gesso, the watercolors and the water would sit on top of the paper for a bit longer before it dries. So just keep that in mind. If you do use gesso, it will take a little bit longer to dry. If you don't use gesso, it's not going to take so long to dry. It dries pretty quickly. So that photo that I'm going to be using there is of my husband and me and my husband walking into the reception area when we got married, the day we got married, and that's just us walking in and seeing everybody and waving. And I remember thinking, just don't fall, don't fall, don't slip, don't fall, because the floor was this concrete, very rustic concrete, very slippery floor, and I was just thinking the whole time I was walking there, don't slip, because there were rose petals on the ground, so it's very easy to slip on one of those rose petals, and I remember just concentrating really hard not to slip on the floor. So it's amazing the stuff you remember, hey? And it was a lovely day. We didn't have a lot of people at our wedding, and mostly just friends and close friends, and some of the friends I don't even see anymore, which is sad, but you know, at that time in my life, most people at my wedding meant a lot to me. So yes, so anyway, I'm going to keep on adding color and adding water and adding color and just letting the colors bleed into each other, and you'll see that I do mix in some some green and then some brown, just to give mute the green a little bit. That green is very lumo. So what I'm doing here is I'm picking up some of the paint. Now the top ones have dried, so just the bottom leaves, I'm just picking up some of that paint. I like the texture that the tissue paper gave to the paint. So I'm going to be taking another little brush now, and it's a little bit thinner tipped than the other one. And I'm just going to be mixing a darker green with the same brown color I mixed to get the colors of the petals just right. And I'm just going to be adding the little veins on the leaves, and this goes really quickly. I'm really haphazardly putting them on. There's no rhyme or reason to this. There's actually no rhyme or reason to the leaves either. I just did them out of my head. I wasn't copying anything. It was just what I thought my leaves would look like. So it's really there's no shading in them. It's just plain flat color. And this is very easy to achieve. You just let the water and the colors do its thing, and there's hardly any mixing. And because if the more water you add to watercolor, the more the colors will bleed into each other, and the more the effect, the more special the effect will be. In my limited opinion concerning watercolors. I am not a watercolor specialist. I wish I knew how to paint watercolors better. I wish I knew how to get that effect. I think I work too slowly for watercolors. They dry really quickly, and I want to keep on blending and blending and adding more color and adding more color. And also watercolors are very thin, hence watercolors. They're not like acrylics or oils or something, so there's not a lot on your paintbrush you get to work with, so you constantly have to go back to the palette. And I like applying something thick and working it into the paper and working it into other colors. But yes, that is what my background is going to look like. As I said, really anybody can do this. You can, if you want to have a go at this, slow down my video or stop and start it. If you want to copy this, really it is so easy. As I said, you just let the water and the colors just do their thing and blending. So as I said, the sticker sheet I'm using there on the right is from Kaiser Craft. It's from the collection called Provincial. Now when I saw this collection, I immediately thought of my wedding. It's totally my wedding colors. So I thought immediately, this is perfect for my wedding. And Kaiser Craft is a very floral, very vintage feely type collection manufacturer. So you'll see that I'm taking the sticker, the butterfly sticker, off the sheet, and I am applying some foam squares to the end of the butterfly wings and just sticking down the little body of the butterfly flat to my page. And that is something you can do with stickers. You don't, just because stickers come flat, you still can add a lot of dimension to the stickers. If I really wanted to go all out, I could have traced the sticker onto a sort of a tracing paper or a vellum, cut it out, and then added another layer to the whole butterfly. So you can really, don't think if it comes in a sticker, in a flat sticker format, it has to remain flat. You can really spice it up a little bit by adding some dimension. And this is exactly what I try to do with these butterflies, is two different dimensions. The flat dimension, where the flat bit on the middle part of the butterfly, and then the popped up bits on the foam squares. I'm going to be doing that with 3 of the butterflies. Just going to pop one down there at the bottom, and I'm going to bring in the die cut pack for this collection as well, just to add in some more of the elements from this collection and so on. I felt that the sticker sheet didn't have quite as much as I wanted to, but I did use some stickers in this. I also used a border sticker. You'll see now in a bit, but I didn't use it as a border. So I thought the right hand side of my layout needed something. I first thought, oh, let me put it at the bottom, and it's a bit of a frilly, and I didn't like that. So I thought that this would look really nice. It would add some extra interest to the right hand side of my layout and just add some detail. There's nothing going on that side of the page. I didn't plan on putting anything else there. It's basically just that. And it was fun to take this collection, because I know this collection is a couple of years old, and it was really fun to take something that is older and to give it a new spin, you know, with the watercolors and the way the layout turned out with the white background and all of that. It's to give it a new lease on life, if I can say so. You can see that those die cuts there's a lot of tabs and a lot of you know, things you won't find in today's die cuts, and sayings and clocks, and I don't think I'm going to be using those little clocks. That's too much of a vintagey thing for me. But I am going to use some of the other elements. I love those little leaves. Now, I am planning on scrapping my entire wedding album with this collection. I did buy two of the collection packs. However, I only have one ephemera pack. One of the, well, they're called collectibles. So I am going to have to find another one of these packs. If you have any idea where I can find another one of these provincial Kaisercraft collection baggies with the goodness in them, or if you have yourself and you don't plan on using it, please let me know. I am quite willing to purchase them from you, or if you find them, please send me the link, because I am definitely not going to cope and make an entire wedding album scrapbook with just one of those collection packs. I think I might need two more. Look, I mean, I do a lot of fussy cutting, and there's a lot of opportunity for fussy cutting in this collection with the papers and so on, but I'm going to need one of those. So I thought, okay, so how am I going to use the twine in a creative way? So I immediately thought of the wonderful Missy, and how she uses thread, and she makes these little thread nests behind her embellishments when she wants to add some color or pop to that area. And I thought, why not do it with twine instead of thread? I think I've used thread maybe once or twice on a layout, other than sewing it on or hand stitching it on. So I thought, let me do it with twine and add some zhuzh to the corner there. And just stick it down with some blobs of glue, and there you go. And I think it looks okay. I think it looks nice. I am going to be sticking a little die cut over that, because it looks a bit round, out of place. So I thought it's the perfect nest for something to sit in. So I needed something to sit in that little nest, and that die cut that says happy together is just a perfect little bit that I can use. And my camera is a bit off center, and I apologize. I'm still getting the hang of this. As I said at the beginning, I redid my craft room, and so I am still getting used to how to angle my camera when I do the recordings. So so now I know what not to do. Hey, that did take a while to get glued down. So I'm just going to keep my finger on that for a little bit. But you see that I did add some two little tabs, one that says treasured memory, and then the other is a little tag that I just added some of that twine to, just to have a nice balance to the twine in the left hand corner. And obviously I'm going to add some Heidi Swap gold color shine, because why not? It's a wedding. Hello. So I'm going to be adding a lot of my gold color shine in this wedding. It's weird that 10 years ago the color was silver. The metallic color that I used was silver and not gold, and now I would use as much gold as I can. So I'm going to be incorporating a lot of silver and gold into this with the greens and the creams and so forth. So I'm going to be doing a little doodly border with my brush pen, and just a wonky broken wishy-washy border, just to echo some of that watercolor effect, the hand-drawn effect that I had going there. And I really like this. I think I'm going to do this more often, like painting elements on the back, not just splushing water on with the packaging technique, but doing actual something. And that's it for this Thrifty Thursday. Please head on over to Becky's page. I'll leave a link down for it below, and I'll see you again soon, next Thursday. Bye.